Hey bro, so I'm trying to look for a large screen tablet where I can use for my work on the go, casual gaming, and some public speaking or whatnot. And I'm trying to stick into a pretty strict budget. And by the way, I'm buying this with my own money, so this video is not sponsored or anything.
Anyway, as for the specs, I'm hoping to get a tablet with a good CPU, at least 8GB of RAM and lots of storage. If possible, I'd also like an expandable storage through an SD card slot. And most importantly, it needs to support a SIM card because I want it to function as a phone as well, since I'm going to use this for my business contacts. So I did a quick research and found that these tablets to be good candidates. But I ended up buying the Tecno Megapad Pro. As we go through the video, I'll tell you why I chose this over the others. As per usual guys, we'll check its physical overview, test its features, and more. We'll tell you everything you need to know coming up. Hey, what's up broskis, this is Mag and we do a lot of tech related videos like this one. If this is your first time, consider subscribing. With that said, let's begin. So what do we get inside the box? The tablet itself, obviously, the 18 watts charger, a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging, SIM ejector tool, a pen holder even though it doesn't come with one, the keyboard case, and some documentations. Now let's check out some physical overview. So the tablet features an all-metal body and comes with two different color variations. I was actually planning to pick up the gray color, but the store only had the purple one available. Honestly though, it still looked pretty nice and I do like the metallic finish that it has. So for the size, here are the exact dimensions. And this is the exact weight. Underneath, we have two Dolby speaker outputs, and right in the middle is the USB-C charging port. Then at the top, we have another pair of speaker outputs, which means this tablet actually has 4 speakers in total. On the right side, we have most of the controls, which include the power button, volume control, microphone, the SIM/micro SD card slot, and the AI quick button. There is nothing really going on the left side, so let's move on to the back. At the back, we have the 13 megapixel camera along with the LED flash. And finally, here in the front, we have the 12-inch IPS display with a 2K by 1.2K resolution, 90Hz of refresh rate, and up to 450 nits of brightness. For the front camera, it is located over here and it has 5 megapixel sensor which is mainly used for video calls or online meetings. So before we move on to more features, let's quickly check out this included keyboard case. The case itself has somewhat leather rubberized texture finish, and the good thing about it is it doesn't easily pick up fingerprints, which I really like. The tablet case itself is made out of a very sturdy plastic. You have a cutout over here for the rear camera, and there's also a dedicated pen holder on this side. Now in terms of functionality, the case uses a strong magnet to keep the tablet standing securely. It also comes with a low-profile 60% keyboard layout, which keeps the overall setup compact. And over here on the right side, you'll find a USB-C port for charging, along with a physical on-off switch for the Bluetooth connection. I guess that's all for its physical overview. Now let's check out more of the tablet's features. Inside, this tablet is powered by MediaTek Helio G100 processor, which should be more than capable of handling everyday tasks like browsing, watching videos, social media, and even some light gaming. For memory and storage, this particular variant comes with an 8GB of physical RAM, plus another 8GB of virtual RAM, and 256GB of internal storage. Battery-wise, it is equipped with 10,000 mAh battery. It also runs on Android, which means you can access the full Google Play Store along with the various productivity and entertainment apps. Another worth mentioning is that this tablet supports split-screen multitasking, allowing you to run two apps side by side, which is very useful when you're working, taking notes, or just multitasking in general. And aside from that, it also comes with some built-in AI features that you can access through the dedicated AI button, which we're going to check out later in the video. But instead of going through every single detail one by one, I'll just put the full specs on your screen so you guys can quickly check everything out. Anyway, the specs are just numbers, so let's see how it actually performs in our tests. Let's go!
Hey Google, are you my AI assistant?
My intelligence is artificial, it's true.
So, which one is better? DeepSeek, ChatGPT, or you?
Here are the top search results.
So, apparently you can change the AI voice assistant into Google, which is, you can change it over here. You can choose Google, Ella, which is actually run by DeepSeek and also is the default AI assistant of this tablet, or you can choose ChatGPT. Take note that if you try to change it, it will take some time. For some reason, I'm not sure how this thing works, but it's taking a lot of time for them to change. So yeah. And if you are curious about what are the other things that the AI can do, it can actually have a smart assistant, translation assistant, document assistant, writing assistant, AI note, and my favorite, the recording summary, wherein if someone is publicly speaking and you want a summary of that, this will be able to help you.
Now to wrap things up, let's talk about why I ultimately chose the Tecno Megapad Pro tablet over the other ones that I've mentioned earlier, particularly based on the specification I needed for my intended workflow. So first, let's talk about the performance. The Megapad Pro is powered by Helio G100 processor, which is noticeably stronger compared to the Helio G88 on the Lenovo M11 and the Kirin 710A on the Huawei MatePad SE11. So in terms of raw power, the Megapad Pro clearly has the advantage, especially if you plan to do multitasking, gaming, or heavier apps. Next one is the display and battery. The Megapad Pro comes with a larger 12-inch display with a 90Hz refresh rate, which makes the general usage feel smoother compared to the tablets that only run at 60Hz. It also has 10K mAh battery, which is larger than roughly 7K mAh batteries found on both the Lenovo M11 and Huawei MatePad SE11. That means better battery life for watching videos, gaming, or working for long periods. Another important thing for me is the software experience. Well, the Megapad Pro runs on Android with full Google support, while the Huawei MatePad SE11 runs on Harmony OS, which may not always have the native Google services depending on the region. So for everyday apps like YouTube, Gmail, Google Drive, and other productivity tools, the experience is simply more straightforward here. Another advantage of the Megapad Pro is the RAM configuration. While the Lenovo M11 comes with an 8GB of RAM and the Huawei MatePad SE11 usually has around 4 to 6GB of RAM, the Megapad Pro can go up to 16GB of RAM. Let me explain. Technically, it is 8GB of physical RAM plus another 8GB extended or virtual RAM. This is where the tablet temporarily uses some of its storage as additional memory. It is not as fast as a physical RAM, but still helps with multitasking and keeping more apps running in the background. And finally, the storage. This Megapad Pro variant comes with a 256GB of storage, which is double what the Lenovo M11 and the Huawei MatePad S11 typically offer at 128GB. So overall, when you combine the stronger processor, larger display, better RAM configuration, bigger battery, and larger storage, the Megapad Pro simply offers better overall value for the type of usage I plan to do with this tablet. But of course, that is just based on what I've seen so far. Well, if there are other tablet brands out there that can beat this level of performance at the same price range, then feel free to prove me wrong. To all my audience, maybe you can help me out. If you know a tablet with the same price range that performs better than this one, feel free to drop it down in the comments. I'd honestly like to check it out. But as of right now, based on the performance, specs, and price, the Tecno Megapad Pro is currently my recommended tablet in this price range. If you want to get one for yourself today, make sure you check out the links in the description below. And if you think this is not for you, then check out the other tablet reviews we have on your screen.
So that's it guys, this is Mac. Thanks for watching and we'll see you all in the next one.